I love the fact that our producer in studio was dancing to our intro. I got to give Kenny a shout out for that one. Anyways, welcome to the Equinox, ladies and gentlemen. That's Siriani, Carl Maglowski. Kenny pushing the buttons. How you doing, Carl?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing A-okay. I'm doing as best I can. I've been working off for 4 hours of sleep, and let me just say one thing, though. What's worth it, though? Seeing Chess the musical. That's the musical that has Leah Michelle from Glee.
Okay.
It's a really good musical. I just want to get that quick before we get into the sports talk. Um,
Okay.
This is a PSA. Number one, get your 8 hours of sleep whenever you can.
Yes.
That's number one. Number two, balance yourself when it comes to doing stuff. I mean, don't be like me and go out every single night. Try to give yourself some time.
Yes.
Because at 28 years old, my body decides 4 hours of sleep. No, you're good. But anyway, let's get into the sports talk. Okay, so we're gonna start with Major League Baseball. So the last time we did the show, Rob Thompson was Philadelphia Phillies manager, but last Tuesday rather, he was fired. Now, the Phillies had a 9-19 record, although they are getting better. They've won 8 of their last 9 games since Don Mattingly took over.
Yes.
That's a positive. One of the things you brought up, Carl, was that it could be a possibility that Rob Thompson was fired and ultimately he was let go. Do you think this was the right call to have Mattingly take over the rest of the year?
I know why they did it. It wasn't the right move. He didn't set up the roster to run it back. Dave Dombrowski did.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Middleton should have fired him, but he didn't. So they fired Rob Thompson as the scapegoat.
Mm-hmm.
So Mattingly, like you said, Don Mattingly is finishing the rest of the year. If the Phillies do not make the playoffs, Dave Dombrowski's head should be on the chopping block.
And honestly, the Phillies have had a lot of chances under Rob Thompson, and ultimately they never got done. But roster construction, you were right on the money about one thing. They did a lot of harm with their roster construction. And ultimately, JT Realmuto hasn't been healthy this year for the most part. And they're losing 4-0 to the A's right now, and that's a surprise in its own right. But
yeah, so Andrew Painter, the first 4 batters, I don't know how it happened, but it was I don't know how the first batter.
I can tell you how. Walk, home run. That was the fourth.
Yep. So it was walk, home run, then single, then home run. So you gave up 2-run home runs in the first 4 batters. And it was 4-0, and then the next batter got on base with a single, and then they hit into a double play, and then the sixth place batter flew out to Marsh in left field. But yeah, basically the first 4 batters reached and scored. It's like you can't go down 4-0 like that. So, like I said, if the Phillies don't make the playoffs, I think Dave Dombrowski should be fired at the end of the year because he chose to run the team back, and he said, well, we're a good club. How are you a good club? Because you hit, but in the playoffs, when you need to hit, they haven't hit in 2 years. Actually, since Game 6 of the 23 NLCS against the Diamondbacks.
Right.
They haven't hit in 4, 8. They haven't hit in 10 straight. They haven't hit in 10 straight playoff games.
Wow.
So how's it running in the back good for the playoffs when you can't hit?
Yeah, it's pretty bad in Philly right now. I mean, Philadelphia has other things to look forward to, but knowing that baseball is kind of out of the question already. I mean, they're bouncing back. Don Mattingly has managerial experience. You know, he helped take the Dodgers to the playoffs. He helped take the Marlins to new heights. And he was also part of the Blue Jays staff. But it's like, actually, I think I know why Mattingly got the job there. You want to know why? Because his son is is on the team.
I don't think nobody else is incompetent to do the manage the team. So that's why he just slides in because he was the bench coach. He was the assistant coach on the bench. So he moves up one spot. So like I said, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's basically it is what it is.
It is.
The Phillies are lucky that the Sixers are still in the playoffs and the Flyers are in the playoffs. That everyone else in Philadelphia is concerning on the is basically tuning into the Sixers and Flyers. Once the season's done, Matt, then everyone's going to be turning on to the Phillies because the Eagles don't start till September.
Correct.
So from whenever their season's done, if it's this month or middle of next in June, if they make the finals or not, from June all the way up to the end of August, everybody's going to be turning on to the Phillies.
Yeah, and honestly, the way they're doing right now, Philly fans can't be too proud of themselves.
No.
This team has gone backwards. It's actually disappointing.
Yes.
And
and even the Mets are even not bad. The Mets are atrocious too.
Oh God, they lost to the Rockies today, 6-2.
Yeah, so they're atrocious.
Like honestly, between if we were going over who was the biggest disappointment so far in Major League Baseball, for me it's the Mets and the Phillies because those two teams. I'm shocked that Carlos Mendoza still has a job.
Right.
But David Stearns and Steve Cohen don't care. I guess.
Right.
They're 14-23. The Rockies are 15-23. So, when you're worse than the Colorado Rockies, that's a problem.
Yeah. So the Mets were supposed to compete too. I don't think so.
And think of it. How much do you think Juan Soto is regretting that contract?
I don't think he cares because he got paid.
Yeah, but the product on the field stinks. That's the problem.
Yeah, he got his money, and that's all. I think that's all he cared about was his money.
Yep. I'm also looking at the AL division standings. Kenny, can you put that on screen?
Yeah, isn't that up? Can you not see it?
Can you see the division standings, Carl?
Well, no, he can't see it.
I can't see it.
I can see it.
You can see it.
I can see it. I'll look at the division standings. The A's are in first place in the AL West in the early going, which is a big surprise to me because I thought Seattle was locked to win that division, but they've been a little bit mediocre to say the least.
But it's also they're also 500, so it's not like they're
this is not a good year for the American League to start.
It's not.
Wow. Carl?
Yeah. Go ahead, I hear you.
It's not a great year to start for the American League because outside of the Rays and the Yankees, everyone else is sub 500 or below.
Yeah, and now Scooble's going to be out for a couple months.
Yeah, that's right.
So the Tigers are now kicking themselves in the foot.
They are, and honestly, they gave him that contract, that short-term contract, and now they're regretting it.
So I think from now it's his elbow. So now I think he's going to have he's going to be injury prone for the rest of his career because if they're taking out fragments in his elbow now, that's telling you something that it's going to linger and he'll always have it.
Yep, that's true. And I'm looking at the National League now too. The Braves are looking fantastic. The Braves are fantastic. The Cubs just refuse to lose at home.
You got the Dodgers and the Reds.
The Dodgers are fighting out.
The Reds are pretty. I think the Reds are in second place, right?
Well, the Reds lost today. They actually dropped into last place, but the division is still competitive in the National League Central.
Okay.
But the Cardinals are in second place. The Pirates are in third.
Wow. Pirates are third. Wow.
The Pirates are in third. That's something I didn't expect in the early going. However, I will say this for Pirates fans. You don't want to hear this, but they start the season off strong, and then they fall apart as the season progresses.
Yeah.
I hate to say that because I love the product that they're putting on the field, and PNC Park is a great ballpark, but
definitely it is.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, we're not even 25% of the way through the season yet, but that's the main thing. Now I want to also get into a little Yankee stuff. I mentioned the Yankees at 26-12.
Yeah.
They did option Anthony Volpe to AAA. He gone. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And the reason why I like this is because I like the way Jose Caballero has been playing. He's been a good shortstop this entire season so far, and he hasn't made a lot of mistakes. He's hitting whenever he needs to hit. He's stealing bases. He's doing everything you want a shortstop to do. I mean, we're not asking you to be Derek Jeter, but we're asking you to be productive, and Jose Caballero has been productive. Anthony Volpe, if he were to come in, it would have been a bad sign.
No, it's like you play who's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you go with the hot hand. Exactly, you go with the hot hand. And I also heard earlier today from the Yankees farm system that Spencer Jones, their top prospect, is being called up. He will make his major league debut tomorrow when the Yankees travel to Milwaukee to take on the Brewers.
That's good.
And if you see what this kid's been doing in 31 games, he's hit 41 RBIs and 11 home runs.
That's good.
In 31 games in the minors. So this kid's 24 years old. He's ready.
Now, what position does he play? First base?
He typically plays first base, but he's also a flexible guy. You can put him in the outfield. And the reason why we're probably going to put him there is because Jason Dominguez got hurt today. He was carted off the field after making a catch at the wall.
Yeah, I just saw that on ESPN.
Yeah, he took a shot at the wall and he was medically carted off the field. So they might put Spencer Jones there to make up for Dominguez. And you got to feel bad for that man because he's been working his ass off to try and get back to a good level of Major League Baseball. But then he gets hurt. He was doing so well, and now boom.
So if Jason Dominguez didn't get hurt today in the wall against the Rangers, now would Spencer Jones play over Ben Rice?
Well, you could do that. I mean, I like the way Paul Goldschmidt's been hitting.
Okay.
But I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with him. You could even put him at DH. Hell, Stan's out again. Might as well just put him at DH.
Now, has Ben Rice fallen off the cliff?
Well, Ben Rice hurt his hand in a weird way. So it was in a game against, I think it was against the A's, I believe, earlier in the year, where Ben Rice was caught a pickoff attempt. And apparently, the ball hit him right in the palm of his hand, like right through the netting of the glove, and it hurt him.
Dude, I think he's injury prone.
Ben Rice?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
That sounds like yes. You can't trust the guy.
I mean, listen, I understand where you're coming from, but I think that this man, it was just a bad bounce. He's day to day, so he could come back whenever, like in the next few days or so.
How old is Ben Rice?
Ben Rice, he's 27 years old. He's younger than me.
Screw him, man. I'm sorry. I'll play Spencer Jones.
Spencer Jones, I mean, he's been raking in AAA. So I'd love to see what this guy does on the road.
I would go with the young buck at first base, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I know for that shadow of a doubt that Paul Goldschmidt's our everyday first baseman.
No. Now, can Ben Rice besides going behind the plate and catch, can Ben Rice also play in the outfield?
No, he usually doesn't.
So it's either first base or behind the plate?
Or DH.
Or DH? Well, there you go. Then I would just try to get rid of Stanton, dude.
Honestly, that contract has been a disaster. I mean, he hits in the playoffs, but my God, the dude gets injured so much.
Yep.
It's so annoying.
Yes, it is.
Because he's shown flashes of brilliance. He can hit in the playoffs. He gets us to the World Series, and then he gets injured at the worst possible time.
Well, no, it's like Joel Embiid, dude. It's like what?
Good comparison.
You saw Saturday night in Boston, 35-12.
Right.
3 weeks after appendix surgery.
Yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me? If this guy was healthy, do you know how many records he would have been like doing?
Oh, the sky would have been the limit. The sky would have been the limit.
It sucks because he always gets hurt. If he was like always healthy going into the playoffs, like when healthy, he's a mismatch.
Yes.
35-12 for now playing in 3 weeks.
That's pretty impressive. Not gonna lie.
And the first game he came back, they lost. They got blown out. But in game 5, second game back, I think he scored 33 points.
He did.
It's like, are you kidding me? It's like, dude, it's like the guy's a freak, but I feel sorry for the guy.
His knees are banged up too.
Yeah, because that's why he didn't play last night because of his knee and ankle.
Yeah.
So I think we'll go back to baseball. I think regardless, they got to run the team back. They got to run it back again next year and probably add a couple extra pieces on the bench because what you just saw, you can't break them up because when when they're healthy, the
Yeah.
starting five can produce.
True. That is 100% true.
Yeah.
So now, one last thing I want to get into when it comes to baseball, and this actually broke my heart earlier in the week. Yankees legendary broadcaster John Sterling passed away on Monday at the age of 87. I remember hearing the story of how he wanted to walk his oldest daughter down the aisle on her wedding day, and oh man, it was just horrible. But Sterling had been sick for a long time. He actually retired a couple of years ago because he was battling an illness that he couldn't beat. And yeah, it happens, but like it's such a bad way to go out. Although the Yankees did win 12-1 in the game that the day he passed away.
Now I thought he retired because he just retired. I know he was sick.
No, he was sick. It was because he was sick. But it's kind of like how Alex Trebek retired from Jeopardy. You didn't know he was sick because he didn't say he was sick up until the very end, where it was imminent. Okay, I got something to share.
Now, what was it? The dreaded C word or no?
No, it wasn't cancer. I forget exactly what it was, but actually, Kenny, can you look that up for me about? I hate to be looking into someone's cause of death, but it's I don't think it was cancer. He couldn't walk for a long time. It's gotta be a way. Oh, his heart failed. His heart failed.
Yes.
Yeah, so he suffered a heart attack earlier this year in January, and then he had heart failure in his sleep.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of like that's kind of what you want. The best thing to. That's one of the best ways to go.
Is it though?
In your sleep, heart failure, yeah, because it's if you're asleep from it, yeah.
If you're sleeping,
yeah. Because they said in his sleep. I mean, did he wake up? I mean, it depends on if he felt it. If
Yeah. No, I understand where you're going. I get it. I get it. John Sterling had an amazing career, and I remember Michael Kay and Susan Waldman were both emotional the day he died, and it was tough. It was tough for all Yankee fans. I'll never forget his home run calls. I'll never forget the Aaron Judge home run. And when Aaron Judge hit the home run in the first inning, the day on that day's game, I wanted to break into tears because Michael Kay literally word for word John Sterling's home run call for Judge. It's a Judgian blast.
Right, yeah. And he said it is high, it's far.
Yeah, he said it.
Now, how did he become? Now, I think I remember, but enlighten me. Now, how did he become the radio announcer for the Yankees starting in September of 1989? What happened? What caused him to leave the Hawks and be the full-time announcer for the Yankees?
From what I understand, he knew someone who was broadcasting the Yankees that was retiring, and I guess the job was open, and he took the job. He was the announcer for 35 years. So
now, did he come in for an interview, or Steinbrenner just hired him?
He was hired by WABC Radio. They hired him.
Okay.
And think of it, like Susan Waldman, his last partner, they were together for 20 years in the booth. 20 years.
Now, who did he first announce their games with in the radio?
So here's the list. First, it was Jay Johnstone from 1989 to 1990.
Right.
Then it was Joe Angel in 1991. And then Michael Kay.
Magical. You guys were Carl, when were you born?
I was born in 80.
Okay, I was born in 82. All right, yeah. So like 96 for the World Series. I'm assuming that you listened to it on the radio, like for that World Series.
Now I was watching it with.
I
was listening to Buck and McCarver.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they beat the Braves in that World Series.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, he was with Kay from 92 to 2001. That was the golden age for the Yankees.
Yeah. Dude, I remember. I'm so old. I remember when I watched Joe Buck and Jack Buck and McCarver calling World Series games on CBS. That's how old I am.
I'm so old that I remember as a kid watching George W. Bush throw out the first pitch in the first game of the World Series in 2001.
Oh, dude, I had you. Dad, he's getting tattooed.
I'm so old that I was in the.
Get it. Oh my God. Painter's getting rocked, dude.
What? What happened?
Painter's getting rocked.
Painter, he just gave up another 2-run homer.
Painter's getting rocked. Oh no.
Yes, get him out. Yeah, he ain't painting
He's
tonight.
done. He's done. He's done. Anyway, going on with John Sterling's partners, he had Charlie Steiner from 2002 to 2004,
Yes.
and then last but certainly not least was the great Susan Waldman.
My thing is like, why would Charlie Steiner leave Sports Center and ESPN to work for the Yankees on radio?
Honestly, he thought it was probably more money.
Working for ESPN. How do you leave ESPN to go and call radio for the Yankees?
Because it's the Yankees.
Because it's the Yankees, that's why.
Yeah, the
I don't know, man. ESPN's a lot of dough.
It is. It is a lot of money.
Yeah, but they haven't been around as long as the Yankees. The Yankees have a lot of dough.
It is what it is. But John Sterling had an amazing life. He was 87 years old.
Yeah.
Tragic.
If I can make it 87, that'll be good.
If I can make it to 87, I'll be great.
5,060 consecutive call games.
Without missing a game. That was from 1989 to 2019. This was a 30-year span.
Mm-hmm.
That's monumentally crazy.
So listen to this, Matt.
Yeah.
So every time the A's hit a home run,
Yeah.
they put on this helmet that looks like an elephant and it has like husk.
Oh God.
Yes. So if you have Kenny, basically look up on
A's home run helmet.
yes, A's home run helmet, you can see it, dude.
Yeah, I gotta see that home run helmet now before
Dude,
we
it's like
actually
an
move
elephant
on.
with a husk.
Home run helmet. I gotta see this. The A's home run helmet. Where is that thing? Go to images. I think you can find it. Oh God, I see it. No, it's the Angels. The
It's
A's home run helmet.
What?
yeah, it's a
Okay. Yeah, no, it's like
it's an elephant.
What else? Okay.
Elephant.
all
Just
right.
type in elephant, and you might be able to see it. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go.
See it?
It's a face. It's a mask.
Yeah, it's an elephant.
Oh my God.
You see it?
I see it.
Yeah.
That's, okay.
So they put the chain around their neck and then they put the elephant on. Elephant helmet head on.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Because that's the symbol of their patch. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's true. That's right.
Yep.
Oh man.
The A's.
The A's. Okay. All right. That was a lot of baseball to get into. Now we're going to get into basketball. Now, Carl and I were talking before we actually came on about what's going on between the Philadelphia Sixers and the New York Knicks. The Knicks won game 2, so they're up 2-0 in the series. However, OG Anunoby did get hurt, and Joel Embiid did not play in game 2.
Correct.
So now the Knicks are traveling to Xfinity Mobile Center or Arena or whatever you want to call it. I call it the Wells Fargo Center still.
Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Thank you, Carl. Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Yes.
And they're going to try and win game 3 to take a commanding 3-0 lead in the series. Now, if you know what's going on, Big Nick Energy on Instagram is offering Knick fans a round trip from New York to Philadelphia and back on Friday and Sunday, the 2 games that the Knicks are in Philly, for $75 a person.
What?
Yeah.
Round trip. What?
A round trip from New York to Philly and back.
Wow.
For $75. Now, I don't know if that's separate from ticket prices. It probably is, but
Meaning like
That's separate. That's separate.
you're going down there and then coming back Sunday.
after the game. No, after the game.
Oh, both games.
Yeah, so for both games. So, like, say the Knicks play at 7:00 p.m. on Friday, which I think is the case. Then the bus would leave Madison Square Garden at 3 p.m. to go to Philly. You get there at like 6, I guess. And then the game starts at 7:00. And then after the game, you get back on the bus and then you go back to the Madison Square Garden. That's not a bad deal, actually.
No, it's not.
But I just found out that ticket prices are separate. So,
Yeah, of course.
so you're paying more money to travel, but whatever.
No, it's still.
It's a fun little idea.
And then on Sunday they're playing at 3:30.
So then they would leave. Madison Square Garden would leave at 3 or 12, get there at 3, and then come back at like 7 p.m. on Sunday.
I don't
So
think that's gonna happen because that's Mother's Day.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yes.
Happy early Mother's Day to the women out there who have children
Yes.
like my mom.
Yep. I already gave my mom something already for Mother's Day for round 1. I got round 2 and 3 on Sunday.
Oh wow, that should be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to basketball. The Knicks were able to pull it off, but no OG Anunoby. But this is going to force the Knicks to use up some of their bench and also play some of the guys that Mike Brown has to use. Now, you mentioned before we came on the air, what the Sixers have to do. Please explain again.
So the Sixers have to at least win tomorrow night and Sunday to even a series 2-2, so they go back to the Garden on Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go down. If they go down 3-1, it's gonna be they're gonna still have believe that they can still come back from 3-1 down. But with the Knicks, they're not the Celtics. So the Celtics, they do analytics in the playoffs. Oh, let's shoot 53s, whatever. If we make them, we're gonna blow you out. If we don't make them, we're gonna lose because we're not gonna go inside the arc or go to the paint, get to the free throw line. No, they don't do that.
Right.
The Knicks do. So it's gonna be tougher to come down 3-1 from the Knicks, but the Sixers already did it last round. They won't be fazed by it, but they have to win both games. Just win tomorrow night.
Yeah, you got even the series at 2-2.
Win tomorrow night, so put some doubt in the Knicks' head, and then Sunday you win again. Just go back to New York 2-2. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, that's all you can do at that point. And I feel like the Knicks before last night, they were dominating. I mean, they beat the Phillies. They beat the Sixers by 39 in game 1. They beat the Hawks by 51, 29, and 16 in the last 3 games of that series. The Knicks were on a roll. And this game, last night they were challenged a little bit. But you know what? I think that's exactly what they needed to know that, okay, this is going to be a little bit of a fight.
Yes.
So if you're the Knicks, you know you're going to be a little bit undermanned, but you have to make sure that you have all guys on deck. And I think you mentioned before, Philadelphia sports fans are going to try and turn out for this game.
Yes.
Which I don't blame them for it. I mean, the Knicks, they can't let what happened 2 years ago happen, where Knicks fans were taking over Philadelphia. And Joel Embiid was getting booed in his own building.
Correct.
Like that's messed up.
Yes, it is.
So that's the Knicks. Now I want to get into what happened. We're going to stick with the Sixers, but in a different series. What the hell happened against the Boston Celtics in that last series? I'm beyond shocked. Beyond shocked.
I'm not, because I know when we've seen it over the years. When they make their threes, they'll blow you out.
When they're not making threes,
they can lose, and that's what happened.
And it didn't help at all that they lost game 5, lost game 6, and then lost Jason Tatum for game 7.
Yes. So basically, it happened a couple years ago. So remember when they won? They beat in 22.
Yes.
Yeah, 22. They beat the Sixers. They were down 3-2 to the Sixers.
Yes,
so all the Sixers had to do was win game 6 and then go into the conference finals against the Miami Heat. Okay.
Yes.
They lay an egg. That's when they had James Harden and all that stuff.
I remember that.
They didn't show up in game 6. It was there for the taking. Game 7, they don't show up. Tatum scores 51, and they blow them out in game 7. Okay. That's the time for now. Okay, we're playing the Heat. Let's go. We're going to the finals.
Yep.
How do you go down 3-0 to the Miami Heat? You know, basically that was the series because you worked all your way. You worked and you clawed. You worked and clawed.
Scratch the
back in the series to make it 3-3, but in game 7 you lose on your home court.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah, so that was that.
Then, and I will go ahead, Carl.
Then the following in 2023, no. So let's see, that was 2020. Let's see, that's 22. They lost to that. 20. No, was that in 23? No. That was 20.
23 was the Miami Heat and the Celtics.
Yeah, that was the 23.
It was in 2023.
So that was 23.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that was 23. 24. They win they go to the finals. They win in the they go to the finals.
And they get smacked in the finals.
No. Oh, 22. Sorry. 22, they lost to the Warriors in the finals.
Yes.
In game 6. They lost to the Warriors in game 6. In 23, they lost to
the Heat.
To the Heat in game 7.
Yep.
24, they beat the Mavericks in 5.
Right.
Okay, they won in 5. Last year, Tatum gets hurt in game 6
Game 6.
Game 6 of the conference of the semifinals. Tears his Achilles. He's out.
Yes.
So this was basically a year for him to basically recoup, rehab, and all that stuff. He comes back for him. He works his way back into the lineup.
Yep.
Said, okay, we're gonna go for it. And he's fine, and then you can see it in game 6 when he was pulling up. It's like short. His jump shots were short.
Yep.
And that's when he had tightness in his calf.
Correct.
And then in game 7, he don't play because of his knee or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he came back for 20 games to get ready for the playoffs because he thought they could win it, and they lose in the first round.
Yeah.
Because they're jacking up threes. Now,
That's all they do.
If they didn't shoot all those threes like analytics, and they drove inside the arc and drove to the paint, get to the free throw line,
yep,
shoot free throws, I think they don't lose this series.
Yeah, honestly, the Celtics need to be more versatile than what they are. Like they're so one dimensional. They just shoot threes, try to blow you out, and that's it. And like we said, when the shots don't fall, they fall, and that's exactly what happened.
Right. Now, and I see now, Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah.
I saw he could get to the cup. He could get to the rim and drive. He's behind the arc, and then he could dribble and drive to the basket and do layup and do layups.
Mm-hmm.
But Hauser, he's just a 3-point shooter. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with oh my God.
Same with Derek White.
Derek White, he could do his mid range. There is
Jaylen Brown is just. I mean,
Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They could do both.
Yeah.
There's another one called Shireman.
Right.
A kid from Creighton.
I remember him. Oh yeah, the guy from Creighton. Yeah.
He just shoots threes. That's all they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't have a good game plan. I'm shocked that Joe Mazzulla has a job.
No. Mazzulla should get fired. I'm sorry.
And he wasn't fired, which is insane to me.
But you know how many game 7s they lost? So here's the thing. His playoff record is better on the road than it is at home.
Wow.
That tells you something.
It does. It really does. But the Celtics weren't the only ones to choke a 3-1 lead. The Orlando Magic had the Pistons on the ropes, up 3-1. Game 6, I will never forget, and they will probably never forget.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
They had a 22-point lead at the half, at home, and they choked it away. They were outscored 55-19 in the second half. And then Game 7 comes along, they go back to Detroit, and they get clobbered.
Right. Now, do you think Jamal Mosley Jamal Mosley deserved to get fired?
I think he deserved to get fired. I think it was merited because you can't blow a 3-1 lead and a 22-point lead when you're trying to win a game clinching series.
Well, it's not his fault that his players couldn't shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know they missed 23 straight shots at one point.
It's not his fault. I think there was reason because him and Paolo Banchero didn't see eye to eye.
They did not. That's right.
So that's probably why they fired him, because of that rift. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think Mosley was on the ropes already going into that series.
Yeah.
Had they won that series, he would have been safe.
But what has Paolo Banchero done since he's been in the league with the Magic? Not that much.
Not that much in the playoffs, but if you watch the series against Detroit, Paolo Banchero tried to put the team on his back.
Yeah.
He did, but I blame coaching for them losing that series.
Now
Half on coaching.
Yeah, but he has Wendell Carter Jr. He's an average player.
Yeah, Jalen Suggs.
You got Jalen Suggs. You got Desmond Bain that you got from the Grizzlies.
Yep.
You have whatchamacallit? I can't think.
Franz Wagner.
No, you got both Wagner brothers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So they're always hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, they don't do nothing. They don't do nothing in the playoffs. I don't think they even won a round in the playoffs.
Well, they haven't won a round in the playoffs.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round.
Yeah, but this is the most devastating loss that they've had to suffer.
Yeah, you know.
They had the number 1 seed right there, and now Detroit's looking good against Cleveland. Oh, that's another Game 7 series that we can go over really briefly. I don't know how the Toronto Raptors stayed in there as long as they did.
Well, they were beating Game 6, but they got a lucky another bounce.
They got a Tyrese Halliburton-esque bounce.
Basically, it's like another bounce like Kawhi Leonard did.
Exactly. Like, it's similar to Kawhi Leonard, but it's also very similar to Halliburton.
Yeah.
But, like, by the grace of God, the Raptors hung in there for 7 games, and then when they got to Game 7, they ran out of gas.
Right.
They ran out of magic. They ran out of gas.
If the Pistons beat the Cavs like I think they will,
yeah,
I don't think the Knicks are going to the finals.
Honestly, if it's Knicks Pistons, that's a problem for New York because
the Pistons know how to play them.
They know how to play them, and their defense is suffocating.
Yeah,
like they got a suffocating defense.
Yeah,
and I think that's going to carry the Pistons far and maybe to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, because if they beat Cleveland, which I think they probably will.
Yeah,
all the pressure is on the Knicks, and the Pistons are going to have home court, and they're playing with house money, and they're going to basically, I think they're going to beat the Knicks.
They could. They absolutely could.
If the Sixers don't, I think the Knicks ain't going to the finals.
Well, Cleveland would have to pull a rabbit out of the hat here. They'd have to find a way to beat Detroit. And I don't see it happening because James Harden in round 2 of the playoffs always chokes in round 2 of the playoffs.
Now, what's the score of that game now?
25-18 Detroit at the end of 1 quarter.
Okay.
It's on Prime Video.
Yes, I hate that, dude.
I can't stand it. I can't even stand the Peacock stuff.
Well, I don't mind NBC 10. They should just keep it on NBC. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you gotta understand. Well, I don't have cable TV. I have Fubo, and
right.
Fubo and NBC have a big rift. I don't know what's going on, but
right.
That's why I have the Peacock app to watch my games.
Right.
All right. So we're gonna go into the Western Conference now. I want to start off. Well, Thunder and Lakers is going to be a mollywhopping. That's going to be a bloodbath.
Yes, it is.
Honestly, the Lakers are lucky they're even in this series. The Houston Rockets choked and Kevin Durant quit on him.
Do you think he's back in Houston next year?
Maybe.
Did they extend him?
I think they did extend him. I believe they did. Think of it. You got a 41-year-old LeBron James still hanging in there with the Lakers.
Yeah.
41 years old. At 41 years old, I'd be chilling on my couch.
Yeah, they're getting swept.
They're getting swept. That series is going to be no contest.
Yeah, Thunder's going to sweep them.
Now, the Timberwolves and Spurs could also be interesting because Minnesota took game 1 in very close fashion, and then San Antonio came back in game 2 and blew them out of the water. So now the series shifts back to Minnesota.
Yes.
And I will say this. As a Yankee fan, I really appreciate how Alex Rodriguez is attending every Minnesota Timberwolves game.
Right.
I like that because, in my opinion, I think that it just showed. Well, A-Rod's a very successful businessman, and he's a
Right.
successful broadcaster for baseball.
Yeah.
So that's fun to see. But I know Anthony Edwards is not going to quit. This Timberwolves team is very experienced. They've been to back-to-back Western Conference Finals. The Spurs are very young, but they're uber talented.
If the Spurs win these next two in Minnesota, it's over in 5.
Yeah, I agree. And then I think we're in a collision course for San Antonio, Oklahoma City. And in that situation, I'd probably pick San Antonio.
Yep, I got the Spurs. I think I can see the Spurs beating the Thunder.
Yeah, because they owned them in the regular season.
Yep.
So I don't see any reason why not. And then I like right now, I can see it being Spurs and possibly Pistons in the final.
Could be.
I really like San Antonio a lot, especially against OKC.
I do too.
Oh my God! Well, the NBA playoffs are going to continue tonight. That will go on, and then we got the conference finals coming up afterwards. This season's just been flying by. I can't believe we're already in May.
Yes, we are.
Now I want to we'll get into a little bit of hockey, but then we got to get into another news. Actually, no, because we're talking about basketball, let's get into another news. The NCAA basketball tournament is expanding to 76 teams. So they're adding 8 more bids. I know.
Yep.
They're expanding it from 68 to 76. So there's going to be more playing games.
I mean, it's great for.
It's great for the tournament.
No, and it's really great. It's great because more people get to play. Right?
Yeah. All right. Let me just say my piece on this whole thing. I don't like it. I think that it was fine the way it was. You have a few playing games, and then you get to the 64-team round, and then 32, and so on and so forth. I think too many playing games are not necessary. I think that they're trying to cash in on the fact that, people were pissed that Auburn didn't get in over Miami, Ohio, which, by the way, I'm happy about that. I was very happy about Miami, Ohio beating out Auburn, actually. And I think that the NCAA is trying to make more money and capitalize off the popularity of the tournament. But what's really mind-boggling is that of those 8 new bids that they're asking for, that they're adding to it, only 1 is a conference bid. And that's because they're bringing the Pac-12 back. The other 7 bids are at large.
Yep.
How stupid is that?
Dude, you're going to see more SEC or Big Ten.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna see like more Power 4 teams from those 2 conferences get in, who are probably sub 500.
Could be, or they could be 18 and 13 or 17 and 15.
Like they're like a record that's usually not worthy of getting in the NCAA tournament is gonna be in the NCAA tournament.
Yep, that's what's gonna. It's not for the little guy; it's for the big guy.
Exactly. But
Yep.
like you gotta understand if the mindset of this is, oh, we want to create more upsets. Not happening.
So you would have sold. So if this was this year, you probably would have sold Auburn at 16 and 15. Get a bid.
Which is ridiculous. Listen,
my thing is,
I know you don't like the fact that I've been supporting Miami, Ohio that entire season, but Auburn did not deserve to get in.
No. So my thing is, to deserve a bid, you should be either above 500 or 1 game below 500 to make the field. You shouldn't be 6 and 12. You got to be either 10 and 10.
We're 9 and 11.
10 and 8 or 8 and 10. That's fine. Or 9 and 9.
Not
like you can't be 6 and 12 and get a bid. No.
No, it's ridiculous. Like that's why I've called out the SEC a couple times, because the SEC, the year that they had 14 bids, that was not this year but the year prior.
Right.
When they got 14 bids, I would say 5 of those teams didn't deserve to get in.
Yeah, if you're confident, if you have a good non-conference schedule and your RPI is good and your net, but your conference is stats and you're 1 game below 500 or 2, then I can say it. But 6 games, no.
Like 6 games below 500, you don't even deserve to even look at the tournament.
No.
So that's one thing I wanted to mention. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, we already have bracketology for next year. Wow.
That's a joke.
We got bracketology for next year already.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God. It's only May, my guy. Wait till December to start doing this.
Yep.
Oh my God. Well, now this stretches the definition of first four in and first four out, or last four in and first four out, which is a terrible. This is terrible. Look at the amount of
Hello, hi team.
so many teams.
On the bubble, like and
Yeah.
oh my God.
This is ridiculous. The SEC and the Big 12 have 13 and 12 bids respectively in this early projection.
That's a joke.
It's terrible.
I don't know why you're even looking at it because it's May. Seasons don't start for another.
Season doesn't start for another 2
months.
months. Don't look at the women's bracket. We don't need to look at the women's bracket right now.
5 months.
Anyway, another thing I want to get into in other news, and this revolves around the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
So history was made at the first ever Kentucky Derby, where a woman trainer won the event.
Yes.
The horse, Golden Tempo, if you watch the race, that horse was dead to rights in the early portion of the race. And the amount of ground it covered up, like half a mile in, it was done. And then it just shifted, it just hit another gear, found its second wind, and then the ground it covered, oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the female trainer even said, like, pace. And that's pretty important. But, like, another thing that was pretty significant about that was the fact that horse was 23 to 1 odds to win the whole thing at the start of the race. Now, if you had live bet that race and you bet that horse when it was in last place, imagine the payout you'd get. That's probably like thousands of dollars going in your pocket. Crypto. You want to know something? You want to know something, Carl? I haven't gone to the Monmouth Park racetrack in a long time. I kind of want to watch some horses. Bet on some horses.
Yeah, I did. I was there. I was there on Saturday.
Oh, you were at the racetrack?
Yeah, I was at the track on Saturday.
Yeah, the Monmouth Park racetrack. They got some good horses over there.
No, I went to Parks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If I'm ever at the track, I'm betting on horses. Why the hell not?
Yeah, it's good fun. It's a good time, dude.
It is. I'll never forget my dad bet hundreds of dollars on this one horse. I was like 11, 12 years old at the time. But we went to Monmouth Park racetrack. He bet hundreds of dollars on this horse. I'll never forget it. The horse's name was Capos. Queepos. The horse was dominant. The horse was flying down the track. It was like wire to wire first the entire time. My dad bet hundreds of dollars. He got like a $3,500 payout for the horse. He was so happy. He came down to the winner's circle and took a picture with the horse. That's my dad for you. Oh, I love horse racing. Like I said, I gotta do it more often. Okay, now I want to get into a little bit of hockey since we have several minutes to go. The Flyers are down 2-0 in their series, although game 2 was probably a heartbreaker because they had a 2-0 lead early on, and then the Canes, on their home ice, scored 3 straight nights goals, including the game winner in overtime by Taylor Hall.
Yep.
And the Flyers are sitting in this position.
Yep.
Pretty tough. That was a tough one to take.
It is.
And then the Sabres and the Canadiens. Sabres won the first game, 1-0 in their series. Golden Knights and Ducks are tied at 1 in their series. And then the Avalanche and the Wild, 2-0 Colorado in their respective series. Now, what's the Cinderella story of this whole tournament are the Buffalo Sabres.
Yes.
Because it took them 15, 16 years to get back to the playoffs.
Yes, just to get back to the playoffs, but they were point-wise, they were second in the East.
Yeah, that's true. And they're going against arguably the most decorated franchise in all of the NHL.
Yeah. So I see Buffalo. I see the Sabres winning that winning that series.
Right.
I see it's going to be the Hurricanes and Sabres in the conference finals.
I can see that.
Maybe this is the Hurricanes' year to get through past the second round. I think the Flyers are in Flyers are in trouble.
Flyers are in trouble.
So if the Hurricanes get past this round, because they've been bounced in the second round the last 3 years in the playoffs.
They have.
So if they get through the conference finals, they are the favorite, but I could see Buffalo giving them a run for the money.
I think Buffalo could put up a fight.
I think it could probably go 7.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because I think Colorado's winning the whole thing.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. They're going to take care of the Wild in probably 5.
Yeah, that's going to be a gentleman's sweep. They put up 9 goals on Minnesota in game 1.
Yeah.
What
was the score of did they play last night?
They played game 2. Yeah, that was like a 5-3 score.
Yeah, they're scoring goals. So, yeah, I think the Avalanche are winning the Stanley Cup, dude.
Now, the only problem I have with that theory is the President's Trophy.
Yeah, they have home ice throughout the whole playoffs.
Yeah, but have you heard of the President's Trophy curse?
Yeah, but you haven't made the finals.
True. I mean, the last time a Stanley Cup champion was someone who held the President's Trophy, you got to go back to the 2012-2013 Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, they're going to the finals. I don't see Vegas or Anaheim beating the Avalanche.
Like that. Those two come from the Pacific Division. The Pacific Division this year was terrible.
Yeah.
Like Colorado should at least make it to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, they're going to the finals.
Now, if they're matched up with Carolina, I think that could be very juicy.
Yeah,
I think that's quality hockey right there. If they're matched up with Carolina.
Yeah, I just don't like Carolina's goaltender because
you don't like Freddie Anderson.
Freddie Anderson's been how usually I say you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
Either he's good or he's bad.
Well, he's been doing pretty well so far this postseason.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, they got matched up with a terrible Senators team in the beginning.
Yeah, Ottawa. You know what I'm saying? They don't score.
They don't score. They play good defense, but they don't score. And Carolina made mincemeat of them in that series. And then in game 1, it wasn't a contest. Game 2, the Flyers should have won game 2. Had they won game 2, they would have had hope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But alas, it was not meant to be.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, the Stanley Cup playoffs will continue, as well as the NBA playoffs. I'll tell you what, Carl. You said Colorado's going to win the whole thing, correct?
I think so, yes.
I think Carolina can win the whole thing.
You think the Hurricanes can?
I think the Hurricanes can at this point.
If Carolina does advance, they gotta hit Colorado. You know what I'm saying?
They gotta
basically keep doing the hits, and over the 7-game series might wear them down.
Right.
Well, I think Colorado has all that speed, and they could probably win in 6, but I don't see nobody beating them. I think the only way they lose is if they don't show up and play.
True. That's a good point. Like the Golden Knights and Ducks, whoever wins, like if Colorado wins against the Wild, which they're probably going to, Golden Knights and Anaheim is going to be a very, very quick series.
Yeah.
Like very quick. Okay. That should cover all the sports for today. The NFL schedule release, when's that going to come out? I'm waiting for the schedule release to come out.
Next week?
Next week?
I don't know. Either next week or the following week.
Huh.
I don't know.
Kenny, can you check on that? On when the schedule release is coming out? Because I want to go over game for game when the schedule release is going to be for 2026. It's going to come out when is the schedule release 2026? Why is the announcement could be delayed? It's coming. Here's what we know. May 13th and 14th. Okay, so it is next week.
Oh, so breaking news.
Yes.
Which we already probably knew was going to happen anyway. But I was looking earlier on ESPN.
Yep.
It looks like, not guaranteed, but it looks like at some point Rodgers is going back with the Steelers.
That's right. Yeah, I kind of expected that. And the reason why is because it was either the Pittsburgh Steelers or retirement. And because apparently he was on this type of contract where he's technically associated with the Steelers, but his name could be out there for other teams to pick up. And no one took him on his offer, so he went back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So they're not giving him a deadline, but it looks like at some point he's going to sign 1 more year, and I think that this is it.
Yeah, that should be the last year of his career.
Yep.
It's and honest to God, like he's at that point in his career where he's not that good anymore. His year in Pittsburgh last year, he wasn't even that good.
He went to the playoffs first time in a while. Okay. You can probably win your division and probably host another playoff game, and if that's your farewell song, farewell song. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You get bounced in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. That looks like the way it's going to go for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when the schedule release comes out, we will be there to break it down. I can't wait for the schedule release. We will be back in a couple weeks. From Matt Siriani, Carl Maglowski, and Kenny, this has been the Equinox. Like SpongeBob SquarePants always says, old people are the greatest. They're full of wisdom and experience. Take care, everybody. Have a good day. We'll see you soon.
Good night.